Minister Chris Tufton, head of Sagicor in Jamaica, Chris Zaka, Marchism, everybody who is here, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to say how grateful I am that Sagicor has answered the call of seeing the Sir John Golding Rehabilitation Center as a worthy recipient of part of the proceeds to be generated by next year's Sigma Run. The Sigma Run, as we've heard, has grown from strength to strength tremendously, and the target of $115 million next year is a stretch target, but is eminently achievable with the energy and enthusiasm of the team here at Sagicor and all of your stakeholders and supporters who will come on board. The Sir John Golding Rehab Center was started in the mid-1950s. My dad was here as on his way to take up a post at the University of Chicago, and he had come to Jamaica for a one-year contract with UWI as the only orthopedic surgeon in the island, and the polio epidemic hit Jamaica. And he had experience of polio in World War II in Egypt, and the government of the day asked him to take control of the response, the medical response to this horrible epidemic that was really afflicting Jamaica for the first time. And out of that emerged what was then called the Polio Center. They got a long-term lease from the University of the West Indies, which is really a sublease because the university itself sits on leased land. And the center was built using some of the old Gibraltar camp buildings. And over time, he partnered with Sammy Henriquez from the Henriquez family, which was a prominent business family in the country. And Uncle Sammy and my dad built out the rehab center. It is the only center of its kind in the English-speaking Caribbean, catering to persons with physical disabilities, persons who have suffered paralysis through accidents, gunshot victims, motor vehicle, and falling out of trees, which unfortunately is quite a common way of becoming paralyzed in Jamaica. And of course, children who are born with all varieties of different deformities and so on. One of the issues that faces Jamaica now is that the number of beds available at the rehab center is inadequate for the needs of the society. I have frequently received urgent WhatsApp messages from desperate people saying their loved ones or friends have been in some terrible situation. They're on death's door and they need to be admitted, and they're being told there's no bed for them. And I reach out to the doctor in charge, who I obviously know very well, and he tells me, I'm sorry, there's nowhere to put them. And several of those people end up dying. So I reached out to Chris earlier this year and Peter Melhedo and explained that there is a plan to build out some additional rooms, an additional ward that would create additional bed space. And the Dr. Rory Dixon, he's the one who's spearheading that. And I'm just so happy that Sagicor has come on board. It is very needed, and it will enhance Jamaica's healthcare. Clearly, what is raised will not go the 100% distance. So, Minister Tufton, I'm urging you to put this in your capital budget for the coming fiscal year. I know you're fully aware of the problem as well, and you will have my 100% support in this matter, if not others. Anyway, it's a wonderful day. I thank you very much. Today is actually the 100th birthday of Michael Manley, and we have a whole load of activities, so I'm not going to be able to stay. I'm going to have to leave when we finish to go and do something down at the National Workers Union. But I must say how good it feels to be part of this process, and I thank Sigma, I thank Sagicor profoundly for taking this on board. It's a very worthy cause. Blessings.